Hi guys, welcome to another edition of GamingNight. Tonight, just want to talk about Night Trap for the PS4. I just want to go on the record to say I never played the original for the Sega CD. With that being said, I can't really say I can compare the difference other than graphic-wise and the enhances that he did in the newer version. Now, I have seen gameplay of the Sega CD one on YouTube and other things like that, but never seen like complete playthroughs of the game because I didn't, I always wanted to get a hold of that game, and I didn't want to emulate it or anything. So my first experience, so I did have, because I did have a Sega CD. I had Sewer Shark. I no longer have the system; it got stolen. Long story. Don't go. That doesn't really belong here. But anyways, the anniversary edition. I mean, as a game, it's gonna be hit or miss for some people because it's kind of like an interactive movie, where kind of like I kind of like would say this is like kind of like almost like a Dragon's Lair, but you have a little bit more control because you can look at all the go to different rooms, and it's like I said, it's real time. So whatever happens at 1 o'clock at 1 minute and 30 seconds in this room is also, there's something going on in the other rooms at real time. So I mean, for a standpoint of a game, this is back then to them to do this, and back then there had been a lot of like going over everything to just get this game perfect. I mean, to really, at the time, this was like, I would say, like a big thing back then. I mean, because there's just so much stuff going on in one little game that you have to do. I mean, and the fact that this all has to be synced up. This had been a nightmare to program, a nightmare to orchestrate and all that. And like I said, the game's really cheesy, so, but it fits really well with the game. I mean, I think that the fact that cheesiness and all that stuff, and the fact that they, so I was watching videos about the interviews about this game, like how it got like all the banning issues. This was like the first game that like really got got banned, like completely pulled from the shelves, and then that's when the ESRB came out. So the game was completely non-existent. So what the ironic thing is, them to actually do I don't have the physical copy. I have the DLC version. They did a limited run of the game, like kind of like saying, okay, this game's out in the market. Okay, it's getting pulled because it's controversial. Kind of, I think that's what they were going for. So those that have the physical copies, it's great. I'm happy with the digital copy. I'd love to have the physical copy, but that's just not going to happen. So through that, they've the game is really campy, really cheesy. So if you're not the kind of person that likes to, that it's kind of got like a Dragon's Lair feel to it, because like I said, everything's scripted. You just have to hit the buttons at the right time and in the right room. So, but this, like I said, unlike Dragon's Lair, you have a little bit more control over everything, because there sometimes might be bad guys in one room. You can only capture them in that one, and if you don't go to the next room really quickly, you won't capture the other one. So you kind of have to be like quick. There's a little bit more needs a little bit more from the player than Dragon's Lair. Dragon's Lair is a really tough game. Don't get me wrong; it's a really great game, but this game really requires a lot of attention to everything, because you make one wrong move, it's complete game over, no matter how well you're doing with the rest of the game. Dragon's Lair, you have lives. This one, it's like one life, you're done. And if you kill an innocent person, you're done. They also, from what I've understood, they added some extra scenes in the game. One of them I noticed, because I got a trophy for finding it, was one of the guys that was gonna die, but being the kid's age, they couldn't. They had to delete the scene, so they added in that one. I guess they added some extra scenes in there, so that they took out. So you're really getting a lot of new material. So those that actually have finished the game before, we'll get to experience it brand new with some new scenes added and new surprises and trophies you can get from being in certain rooms, snooping around. So there's a lot of different achievements. I think there's one achievement I think I got for when I was starting up the game, I just sat there and watched things, and then I got a trophy for doing nothing. I think it was what I got. It started up, and then 'cause I was before I did my live stream, I just was trying to figure out what the controls were, and then I just sat there and failed because I didn't know what buttons were what. Then I went in the options for the live stream to figure out what the buttons were. So there's that. And then those that want the challenge with the new material, I think you can go with the retro look versus the closed caption TVs at the bottom. So that for making it a little harder with the new material, you'll have those block the original old school game. I think they got like 2 or 3 different versions of it or something, of like as you unlock stuff. So there's a lot of extra material for those that want to challenge. There's also survivor mode. I know that was not part of the original, so I think you're just trying to capture as many as you can, and when you fail to capture one, I think it's game over. I haven't tried that yet. And then there's a lot of unlockables. Like my game, I only got 88 out of 100, so in order to unlock extra content, I need a perfect game, and that's going to be tough to do. And I know the perfect game, there's a room where you're supposed to capture, if you capture the one girl, can't think of her name. I know the actor Dana Plato, I think her name is. If you capture her or something at the end, you get like a bonus ending or something. I have never done that, so like I said, right now I'm trying to do that. Try to get a perfect game eventually, but I won't be streaming the perfect game. If I unlock any new material, I might do some more videos of that. But so what you're getting for the game is like a ton of new features, ton of new modes to play it in. So if you're on the fence of whether this game's for you, you can check out my playthroughs or go online and find some information. But it's really campy, really cheesy, and it's not that expensive for what you get out of it. And if you're into those B-movie, cheesy horror game movies and stuff, you might feel right at home. And the fact that you just, you're like, it's kind of like, I would almost say it's like a kind of like how it's similar to Five Nights at Freddy's, but instead, you're actually going room to room to room and looking at the different rooms in a house. I mean, it really got to the point where I had to print out, make my own room thing here, and I had to write down like room, first one you have to go is here, and I mean, this is just crazy. This is to just memorize, and then it was only good up until the first half of the game, and after that it was like it was just to go from trying to remember what room to go into, and you got to be in the right room at the right time. If you sometimes later in the game, if you capture a good guy by accident, or hit the button too early, you're done. And I noticed that in the second half, so it took a lot of realization. Okay, if I do this now, it's too early, but I have to do it. But if I don't, it's game over. So yeah, if you just want to see my gameplay, the video's up already. I think it's a lot of fun. I definitely want to go back and play it again. I would like to see it. My fiance thinks of this game because, like I said, she never played it either. But it's cheesy, and she liked the Dragon's Lair game, so I thought maybe she might get a kick out of this one, where you're actually trying to go. So, like I said, the rating system, it's not really it's not really violent. I mean, all the stuff is done off screen. It's just kind of tongue in cheek. I mean, but it is really campy and really kind of fun little game. I mean, it's I think it's a half an hour long. I think the time frame you got, a half an hour or 45 minutes. I forgot what the exact time length is. But you're trying to get through all those, and it is like in the second half. Oh my gosh! It really starts. The stuff starts going off faster and faster, and you're trying to figure out what room they're going into, so you can save all the girls and the guys from getting killed. I mean, it was like you're going point A to point B. Okay, now I'm in point B. You got to go here. It's like, oh gosh. And I think There might be even alternative scenes too. Like if you don't save this person, they're not in it anymore. I think they had to do that too. I'm not sure. My playthrough is just I was just going through it, and it was adrenaline rush. Because it starts off in the beginning really slow, like to get your pacing, but man, that second half, it was brutal. But it was definitely fun, and I felt accomplishment when I finished it, and to try to go back and get more than 88, that's gonna be fun. So anyways, that's my 2 cents and kind of like a review for the game. I just didn't want any spoilers in it. But like I said, you're gonna have to get a time sheet or something as you go along and figure out, like, make a mental note of which rooms you need to go to. It's gonna be a lot of trial and error. But it never felt like I couldn't do it. It just more or less, okay, I know this room I didn't go into, and that's when they show you a little death scene in that room. It's like, oh, I was supposed to do that. So then you got to figure out when that happened to prevent that. So it's really interesting. So it's very engaging. I would definitely recommend looking at it. Maybe seeing if one of your friends has it, or for the price it is, it's not too bad. You get a lot of bang for your buck. The unlockables, the achievements, and just the fact to experience a piece of history that was back out and like was pushing the envelope. I would love to see them do this with maybe bring out Road Avengers. That would be great. Bring out Road Avengers. I know they did the double switch, which I did for the phone. I would love to see them do double switch for the PS4 as well. So I would say definitely do that one. Do Sewer Shark. Another Sewer Shark would be another cool one they should do. But so I would definitely say Night Trap would be a good one. Road Avenger would be an excellent one, because I love a Road Avenger. Maybe Double Switch. Sewer Shark was pretty neat. It was like an on-rail shooter, but there was a little bit more to it, and I know that game was long. But anyways, your opinion on what game you'd like to see next from the Sega CD line, or just in full motion video games in general, just put a comment down below. But once again, thanks for watching. This is my review on Night Trap.